2 feet on the ground. I'm going to use 1 foot in his armpit, and I'm going to work the choi bar we've been working all month. So I'm going to go from double shielding against this crossface arm to an underhook with a gable grip. I'm going to pull him towards my chest and then start pushing his head down towards my legs. I'm going to use that motion to have his head moving that direction so that I can swing my knee over his face and on top of his ear. I need to really get my knee cap behind his ear so that I can start protruding, and I'm going to extend from my hip. And now once my leg is halfway across his head, it's going to be super easy for me to swing this across. If I'm still holding the gable grip, I'm going to switch when I swing the foot across to a scoop grip on just the tricep so that I can lock this down and open up the space I need to get this foot inside his hip right here. Now I'm going to reach this free arm to this wrist. I'm going to double up on the wrist, and I'm going to look towards the pinky for the finishing direction. So I'm going to press towards the pinky into my femur right here by moving my head to the outside, doubling up on the direction, and now I'm using 2 push grips instead of a push and a pull. Double push, and I'll get the tap. Once again, knee inside the armpit, keeping his frame with my knee shield, double framing this other cross-facing arm. When I'm ready, I'm going to reach underneath, gable grip, pull him towards my chest, and now start pushing his head down towards my legs so I can swing my knee on top of his head. When I'm ready to swing my leg over, I'm going to switch my gable grip to a scoop grip, just the 1 tricep grip. Swing this over, foot inside the hip. Use my free hand to grab the wrist and pull it. Look at his pinky. Once his pinky is faced in this direction, I'm going to double up, move my head to this side, double up on the pushing, and now I can finish super easy. Any questions? Let's give it a shot, 1, 2. If he's able to squeeze my knee, like my thigh between his knees, it won't be as strong, and I'm going to be a little bit cramped trying to stick this foot inside. So if you can, play a half guard where your knee is kind of sheltering you from like him closing that space, it's ideal. If you don't get the option to though, it's okay, like it's not the end of the road there. Okay, so if I go for this position and I'm grabbing the gable grip, my partner will likely want to posture up so he can pull his shoulder out of this grip. And if he does that, he's like standing really tall. So it'll be really easy to just knock him off a little bit off of his base, just like that. I just want to make his leg light enough to get this hook grip. And as soon as I do that, we did this last week, we like went all the way through the motion, but typically they're going to try to readjust and get themselves squeezing this hand and like nice and strong on their base so that because they know like now I'm trying to enter underneath their hips. So once I get this underhook, that's all I really need. I'll just clasp my hands and immediately drive my knee across his belly right here, so it's shielding me from him. And now my goal is to get his knee on top of my chest. So I have to look at the posture that Sam is taking right here. If he is like he is right now with his shoelaces on the mat, if everybody comes to this side real quick to see, if his foot is down like this, that means his weight is going to be back towards his heel. So it's going to be easier to try to fight this from the kneecap right here. So I'll try to pull from this grip right here underneath his leg, plus underneath his kneecap to bring him up to my shoulder. Once he's on top of my shoulder, I can extend that with my elbow and then start going for the same thing we were doing last week. Last week we were going all the way to the shoelaces inside. This week I just want you to keep this foot on the hip, grab the leg, and pull it across your face, and you're going to be inside the 50-50. So, go back to the half guard. So I'll be here. I'm going to go for the first technique. He's going to yank his shoulder out. Once he sits tall, I'm going to just knock him off a little bit to get this light. So now his hips are not over this leg. It's a little bit of space for me to stick this hand in between his hamstring and his shin. And then he's going to go back and he's going to sit on his foot. But now if you go into your toes, now if he goes onto his toes, it's a different situation. Now his weight's more towards the front, so this is going to be heavy. So instead of reaching for this to get his knee on top of my chest, I'm going to reach for this ankle to get his knee on top of my chest. Now I'm going to open up, and then I'm going to be in the same position. All I need to do is bring this foot outside, have my foot resting on his hip, reach for his ankle, bring it across my face, and I'll be inside the 50-50. I personally don't like putting the 50-50 all the way down. I prefer to keep it up in case he wants to stand up. It's going to be really hard if I can just keep hoisting this higher than his hips. So I'll be in the half guard one more time. Just guarding this for my face. Once I switch, he's going to yank his shoulder out. Use that momentum of him like posturing up to just push him off a little bit. Reach for this. Now I drive my knee across his belly and I clasp my hands. I have to look at which type of foot positioning he took. If he took this option, his weight's going to be more towards the front of his knee. So I'm going to reach towards the back and grab. Now I'm going to open my elbow so I can extend the leg and then get my foot across his hip like this. Take his foot, drag it across my face, swing to the 50-50. Keep this foot hoisted up. This is where I like to end. Questions? Let's give it a shot. 1, 2. Once I'm right here, if I'm having trouble to come up, it's likely because I'm trying to sit up as opposed to rolling over. Like what I'm thinking of is going over top this leg right here. It's gonna fall all the way underneath him. When I do that, it's like super exaggerated, and it'll be a lot easier to start building my base from there. So come back up. Okay, so if my opponent knows about this knee battle, then likely when I'm adjusting to keep his knee towards the ground, he's gonna do an extra strong job of keeping his knee in line. So once that happens, I'm gonna accept that I'm losing the knee battle because I'm like fighting from like the bottom position and I'm not gonna be as strong. And then I'm gonna come back and stick my knee down below his hips right here. Now I can use this opposite side leg to start pushing his torso away from me. Now I can either be back at this elevator guard where I can work on a couple things, or as soon as I come back, I can push his chest away and then hop his heel over my forearm. That way a little bit. So I'm going to come up, like I'm going to drag his knee to the ground on this side, and he's going to fight really hard to swing me back around. I'll accept it and immediately get this knee towards the ground. Now this other leg is free to just start pushing his torso away so that I can either keep it across his belly or maybe in front of his leg right here. I like this a lot. Now I'll reach for his ankle and I'll have my elbow over top. And then I'm going to do a hop with his ankle in my hand over my forearm to be in the finishing position. So I'll be here in the 50-50. Just like we were. Once I start going for my sweep, he's going to do a good job fighting back to make me accept the position on my back again. I'll drag my knee all the way to the mat and use this to get in between us. Now I'll cup his ankle and I'll put my elbow in front of it and I'll just do a hop until his heel is shelved inside my forearm right here. And then now if I want to finish, I basically just hold this here. I'm not doing any twisting, but I'm just doing an arm bar on his knee right here.
Is there a reason why you don't just lock up the 50-50 again?
If I...
Yeah, like when he tries to fight with the knee.
It's safe to lock up the 50-50. I was just going for a finish.
Okay,
But
gotcha.
if you feel like you're losing this battle here, and you just come back and accept the 50, it's okay.
Oh, okay.
If he starts building up, though, I'm going to be worried about him starting to break my 50-50.
Okay.
So if I do accept it like that, I do want to extend his leg and keep it above me just like I had it before.
Gotcha.
Any other questions?
Show it one more time.
Yeah. So I'll be in the 50-50. Step that leg here. And go to a knee. Okay. So I'll be here in the elevator guard. I'm going to start fighting to win this knee battle. Let's adjust the position so you can see it. Once I accept that I'm not going to come up, I'm going to take my knee straight for the ground right here. Get this foot in front of his belly. Grab this ankle right here. Put my elbow in front of it, and then just do a little hop so that I shelf his heel inside the heel hook mechanism. And then I can use like 2 back heels to start flexing my hip towards him. Let's give it a shot, guys. 1, 2.